What's happening, loungers? I hope everybody is doing as great as I am this evening. Listen, guys, I have gotten into this story pretty knee deep. Okay, I've gotten in and tried to get as much information out of this as possible so that I can get you guys the real scoop and the real tea. Now, there have been two content creators out here that I want to shout out that I know that they have definitely done their research on this situation. Okay, there are other people who are just out here just wanting to be the first person saying something and all this other stuff, and that doesn't pay. Okay, it doesn't pay to do that. Okay, because you end up putting your foot in your mouth, at the end of the day when you try to jump out here with stories, because you want to, just give a sensation. But I'm going to name two people tonight, and that is Nosey Ho as well as CTV. Okay, now the both of them have most definitely done their research. They know what they're talking about, and it all adds up and matches up to exactly what is going on. A lot of people have reached out to Nosey Ho, actually, people that are in that town, people that know the family and so forth and so on, know the dynamics of the boyfriend and her and their relationship and so forth. And there was some other rumors going around as well. And so we're going to talk about those things. Also, the parents did come out and speak, okay, which I think, in my opinion, I would have kept that to myself. But, I can't speak for somebody else and why they would react a certain way. But either way, we're going to talk about all of this stuff tonight because, the other day when I talked about this, and I talked briefly with you guys for anybody that missed it, I talked briefly with you guys when I was on my way to the grocery store because I just wanted to kind of open the conversation to y'all, right? And just let y'all know not only was I looking into it, but also how disturbed I was about the story, right? For different reasons. And we're going to get into all of that stuff as well. So make sure you guys sit back and relax. We're not going to be very long tonight, but I definitely wanted to at least touch base on this and talk about some things that other people aren't talking about. Okay. And what really is possibly going on with this situation and what I believe is definitely happening. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about it now. So the other day when I talked to you guys about this, I had very mixed feelings about this situation. And I still do. Okay. I'm not going to lie to you. I still do. But I'm going to tell you that I'm leaning towards one particular situation that actually did happen with this that makes sense to the story, that makes sense to the information that has come out so far, and so forth. Okay. And that is information that the people are kind of giving. Okay. And we'll just talk about that. Now, I know Sean Davy Way is live right now, or at least he was, telling everybody that there is somebody wanted. There's a white man on his thumbnail and all this stuff. And, there's this white man that's wanted right now and everything. At the end of the day, like I said, you got to vet information before you put it out there, right? So the first thing I did was actually look into that before I went live, okay, and see if there is somebody wanted. And long and behold, there isn't anybody wanted at this time. As a matter of fact, the police believe so much that there isn't a kidnapper that they actually are now giving back the donations that the people sent in, to help find this young woman, okay? The $63,000. And you can find that on Newsweek. You can also find that information out here anywhere pretty much you want to. Okay. But either way, shout out to Sean Davy Way. But yeah, you got to vet stuff, and just not just say it because you want to be the first person to break a story. Right. But either way, yeah. So that's what's really going on right now. Right now, the police don't even believe that there is a kidnapper. And I think they have very good reason for that. Okay. Now, like I said, the other day when I talked to you guys, I had very mixed feelings about this. I was confused, just as confused as y'all have been. And I still have mixed feelings about it. But like I said, I'm leaning towards what I believe is going on. Okay. And I'll get to that in just a second. But the biggest issues that I was taking the other day, and this is where the mixed emotions were coming in, was if this is true, right? And this is a true story, then, we have a problem, right? We've got a problem, a couple of problems here. There's a problem with, there being a toddler that's allegedly missing, right? That would be a biggest problem. And then we'd have a problem with there being an abductor out here, right? And then I was on the fence with it because I was so upset because when us Black girls go missing, right? And our Black boys go missing, like, they don't look for us. You know what I'm saying? They don't look for us. We have to come up with our own, search and rescue teams. We have to come up with our own solutions. We are the ones that's got to drop money on situations like this. We got to come out and do the work, right? Whereas, if a girl, like what's that girl Gabby that went missing, they had the whole FBI, all the police, every search and rescue team that there was out there looking for her, and also, the young man too, and and everything else. And that's just for the Gabby Petito situation. But there's many other white women or Caucasian women who have gone missing in these ways, and it's been taken serious, and they really go out looking. But for us Black girls, it's not like that, right? So I was really hurt about that. But then I was also on the fence because I'm like, yeah, what if she really wasn't kidnapped? If she wasn't kidnapped, then she just set us back. You know what I'm saying? Many, many moons, because of all the work that we try to do to get our voices heard about our Black people and how our Black people come up missing. 63,000, I believe, some Black women come up missing every year. You understand? That's just, yeah, that's a astronomical number, right? But it's just the point that we don't get the same attention that other races get, right? So if this is not true, how dare she put us in such a situation like this, right? And so I was on the fence. I didn't want to get angry and throw my anger out on this girl and say all this stuff and feel this and everything. I wanted to really vet everything and look through everything and kind of comb through all this stuff, right? And like I said, shout out to NOSEY and shout out to Conscious, because they both mentioned something that I had heard about, but it didn't click until they said it, right? So they were talking about how there was allegedly or supposedly, and I'll get to the comments in just a moment, guys. Shout out to y'all for being in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button as well. Now, there were some comments made about her being possibly pregnant, okay? Carlee being pregnant. And being pregnant by one was saying, one of the comments was she was pregnant by the boyfriend. Their relationship is allegedly rocky, okay? And so with her being a nursing student, with her, kind of coming from a decently well-to-do family and so forth, she just didn't want to have this man's baby, okay? And then the other story was there's a 17-year-old that she was allegedly sleeping with and got pregnant by, okay? I'm leaning more towards the boyfriend. I really don't think the 17-year-old even exists, right? I don't think that's happening. I think that she's pregnant or was pregnant by this boyfriend, okay? Now, the key to this, guys, is this. Y'all remember what happened in the Supreme Court with the abortion law and how certain states, it is now banned to have an abortion? Yeah, because in the state of Alabama, where Carlee Russell lives, it is illegal to have an abortion in Alabama in any way, shape, or form unless it is dependent upon the life of the mother. So if the mother's life is in danger, then they may make the exception. They will not even make this exception for rape or incest. And anybody can look this up, okay? This is a law, and I'm going to look up the law number because there's a title number and everything in Alabama for this, okay? One moment. Okay, so under section 26-23H-4 of the Code of Alabama in the U.S. state of Alabama, it is unlawful for an abortion to be performed unless it is deemed absolutely necessary in order to prevent a serious health risk to the pregnant woman. There are no exceptions for rape or incest. Guys, okay? So I want you to take that into consideration when we're thinking about what may have happened with Carlee Russell and why she came back in the condition she came back in, why her parents took so long to speak out, why the boyfriend jumped out the window and said she was, quote unquote, fighting for her life, right? She probably was if she had an illegal fucking abortion, okay? Which is caused by laws like this. And I'm not trying to get out here and get all political and try to blame the government or any of that, right? At the end of the day, yes, there are decisions that a 25-year-old has to make, right? That are, that are good decisions for her life. She knows what's going on. She knows what to do. But all of us have been young. All of us have been in certain positions where we had to make decisions. And all I'm saying is, if that is really what happened in this situation, I can absolutely understand why nobody's talking and why nobody's saying nothing and the extremes that you got to go to in order to even do such a thing. I'm not even sure where this highway is, but I'm going to look a little bit further into that. I do know that where she got off, and the video shows, because there's a very clear video that shows this. And shout out to Conscious, because like I said, it was on Conscious TV's channel today that I saw the video where you can clearly see her. Not only, I saw it at first where she did get out of the car on the driver's side, walk around the car, and go on to the other side and open the door. I saw all of that. I remember seeing that. What I didn't see was her running out into those woods. I saw that today on that video, and I will put a link to Conscious video in my description box. I want you guys to go over there and see it, okay? I know that this girl, when she got to that car, when she got to the other side, she opened that door, and she must have grabbed her phone. Okay, because they said all her possessions were in that car. All her belongings were in that car except her phone. So she had her phone with her. That means she may have or may not have been in communication. I don't know. Why they're not releasing pings for her cell phone, I don't know. Why they're not releasing, certain things about all that, I don't know. I can't answer those questions, right? Why they haven't released the 911 call that she allegedly made, I don't know, right? Another question I had was, how the hell does 911 hang up with her when she calls 911? Because she allegedly calls 911, right? And told them that there was a baby on the side of the road, okay? How did 911 end that call with her? They should have been on that phone with her the whole time that she was talking about this alleged baby. How did she get a chance to not only call 911, tell them about the baby, they done told her whatever they said and then hung up, right? And then she calls her sister-in-law? This story sounds crazy, okay? And the reason why, and like I said, the only possible thing that I can think of other than supernatural aliens coming down and grabbing this chick and kidnapping her for 48 hours, okay, which we can't rule that out. This, like I said, it's the last days. But at the end of the day, let's be realistic, right? The bottom line is she lives in a state where abortion is illegal, period. And if this young woman was pregnant, which we would never know, we'll never know that unless she decides to tell us. But if in the event she was pregnant and she decided to go and have an illegal abortion. Whatever extreme she went to in order to cover that up, I don't know why it would go to that level. I can't answer that. All I know is people got to do what they got to do, or at least they feel that they got to do what they got to do. And that is the only thing that makes sense to me. Now, y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the comments, but those that come back and catch the replay, y'all let me know what y'all think, over there as well. And yeah, that Red Roof Inn may have something to do with it. I'll get to that comment in just a second, but shout out to you, Vici. I appreciate you. And Karma52, I appreciate you being in the building. You said in the clouds for a minute, taking a call. Okay, no issues. You said AT2, I think covered it as well. What's up, Steph? I appreciate you. You said his commentary was essentially to wait for more info and to keep an open mind. Yeah, I saw, I think I briefly watched what he was talking about, but there was a couple of things I didn't understand. And I think but either way, I'll tell you, if you go and look at NOSEY's channel, and I'm going to put a link to her 4-hour video in my description, and I'll put a link to Conscious video in my description. I promise y'all, they got the tea. Okay. They got the whole scoop over there. And the crazy part is, this is exactly what's got to be going on. So I'll look at AT2's the full story though on what he was saying. You said, wait, people crowdfunded police work. Yes, they did. There was $63,000 in donations poured in. Let me read that to y'all. More than $63,000 in donations poured in to help find Carlee Russell after she went missing on Thursday. But now the money is being returned to donors. The 25-year-old woman was reported missing on Thursday night shortly after she said she spotted a male toddler walking on the side of the interstate 459 south in Hoover, Alabama. How would she know it's a boy or a girl? I don't understand how she would know that this was a boy or a girl. I need that 911 call. Like, how come they haven't released that? And then they're claiming that there was a guy, a trucker, that also called 911 and claimed he saw this same baby. Where are those 911 calls? How come y'all haven't released that? Like, I don't understand that part. You said, okay, so hold on. Let me finish reading this. It says, Russell called 911 and stopped to check on the toddler before calling a family member who then lost contact after hearing Russell scream, according to a report by Alabama.com on Monday. After Russell's 911 call on Thursday night, police arrived on the scene within 5 minutes. At the scene, officers said they found Russell's wig, cell phone, and purse near her vehicle, but did not find her or the toddler. Donations flooded Crime Stoppers of Metro Alabama in hopes of helping find the woman. However, Russell returned home on foot on Saturday night. Confusion remains in the case, as it is still unknown what happened to Russell or where she was for the 48 hours that she was missing. Now, $63,378 in reward money is being returned to donors after the Hoover Police Department told Crime Stoppers that it would not be requesting payouts on Russell's case. Police did not share why they were not requesting payouts. Yeah, so, yeah, people was out here sending money to Crime Stoppers. That's what happened, child. You said, hey, Miss T. Preezy stopping through. What's up, Glow? I appreciate you for being in the building. You said, my girl, Glow. You said, Stephanie, the Vest Collins. What's happening? You said, hey, Karma52 and Vici. You said, a weekend is about a good enough time to get a termination and recover. I never thought of that. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, this is the only logical explanation, y'all, is that this girl went and had an illegal abortion. Now, my concern is her health, right? Like, with an illegal abortion comes a lot of health problems, okay? It could be they weren't clean. It could be all kinds of things that was going on. You know what I mean? We just don't know. We don't know, right? And she's probably afraid to go get real medical care. And her parents probably know what's going on now. And they feel like they got to jump out here and say something. Her dad is Mason. He is a Mason. So, you know, he can kind of get some pull some strings and stuff like that. But either way, that's the only thing I can think of, y'all. Like I said, unless some aliens came down and snatched her up for 24 to 48 hours, then yeah, baby girl went and got an abortion and probably stayed at the Red Roof Inn, and she might have had the abortion at the Red Roof Inn. We don't know, right? The Red Roof Inn is known for some shady shifts, shady practices. Okay, we do know that. We know that Benzino and his alleged friend was found up there too. There'd be a whole lot of stuff going on at the Red Roof Inn. Okay, so I don't know. It could be that, right? We don't know what's going on. All we know is it seemed like, and like I said, if y'all look at the video, I'll put a link to it. Like I said, I'll put a link to Conscious channel in my Conscious video in my description box so you guys can see it. If y'all really pay attention to this video, it looks like she was looking like she was trying to find an opening on the side of the road. Like she was looking and just kept looking for whatever space or spot she was supposed to pull up to. So whoever had been talking to her or whatever conversation she had had before that, she was aware of where she was supposed to be going and kind of like looking on the side. You can't see her from that camera, but it looks like that, the way that the car was creeping along. If she saw a baby on the side of the road, wouldn't she be like the first thing, stop real quick, jump out, and be running backwards towards the baby? Why? What, on the phone? We should be able to see all of that stuff, right? None of that happened. So it doesn't make any sense, right? It literally makes no sense at all. It doesn't. And there was never a baby. There was never, no other cars stopped. The only other car you see is 4 or 5 minutes later, a cop car pulls up behind her car. And that's where she was missing. But like I said, if you look at Conscious video, the one that's the enhanced video, you can clearly see her running off into the woods, honey. Yes, ma'am. Yes, you can. So, she probably is lying, guys, but this would be the reason. Okay, allegedly. You said, peace, Stephanie C. Vici Glow. You say, yup. You said, good evening, Karma 52. You said, did she scam? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, but they're giving that money back. It was Crime Stoppers that got the money. You said if she was at the end, as she was at the Red Roof, she couldn't have gotten some mail order Mepriston. I don't know what you're saying. Could have, right? She says she has 60,000 in a GoFundMe. Wow. Well, I mean, GoFundMe has the right to recall that and send it back, to the people that sent it to. So you said it's a buckle off 59 near Birmingham. The two tie into 20. Okay. You said if she took the medicine, that does it takes about 48 hours. It's safe, but it's a hell of a ride. I was with a homegirl for about a weekend, helping her through it a few years back. How about that? So, okay, so maybe she didn't have any procedures or anything. That would explain why she wasn't bleeding all over the place and stuff like that. But if she took this pill and that is what happened, then I would see why she was tired and just laggy and just, and they had to stage this whole I was kidnapped, thing. But why wouldn't she just take the pill and go home? I don't understand. I guess in order for you to get the pill, you got to go through all this stuff or whatever. We don't know. But it just sounds like it sounds like that's what happened in this situation. You said, hey, S. White, I appreciate you being in the building. You said, this is sounding like an adult dress up as Chucky running down the highway. A toddler would have run into traffic, not straight down the passing lane. Exactly. That would have been a disaster, right? And then if y'all look at the video, there were so many cars that were going by with bright lights. You could see some of the people's traffic lights were clearly lighting up the side of the road, lighting up where the grass area was and everything. So somebody would have seen that baby. If she saw the baby, everybody out there would have seen this baby. Everybody would have been stopping. You would have been seeing people getting out, running, dropping, stopping in the middle of the road, stopping other traffic. You would have seen all of that. None of that was going on because there was no baby, okay? It was a baby, all right, but it wasn't that baby, okay? Shit. Oh, that's allegedly. I don't know. I don't know for sure what's going on, but guys, that sounds like the most logical part of this story, and that is something that nobody seems to be talking about, is Alabama laws when it comes to abortion, okay? And the fact that this is not a state that you can get a legal abortion in. Okay. And I can imagine all the hoops and, and things that they would have to go through in order to get that. Right now, like I said, I don't know for sure what's going on with her and the boyfriend. All I know is that the boyfriend was the first one to speak up, and he was just like, yeah, she was fighting for her life. And I can't believe all these rumors that people, and I'm like, bruh, you know what I mean? Like, you should just, and then the mom, like, she's saying kind of the same things now too, because they went on the Today Show and they was talking about this. And yeah, the mom and the dad are kind of speaking up. Well, the dad ain't really saying much. It's the mom, okay? She the one that seemed to be like, wearing the pants in this situation. But mom, I think maybe they weren't even aware of it themselves, right? They may not have known what Carlee left for, she may have had to keep this quiet from everybody. And then when she got home, because they called 911 when she got home, okay? They did. And I think they released that call. That's the funny part about it. They released that call, but they don't got none of these other calls from Carlee or none of this shit. But either way, yeah, the mom and them called 911 when she got home. And, I guess she told the parents or told her mom or something, yeah, mom, I had to go do, this and this and whatever. She probably had to fess up to her and tell her what really happened, And now the parents are protecting her. But what I would have done, I wouldn't have said shit. I would have just been quiet. I would get me a lawyer, because the police are going to want to know why, where the fuck she was at and how come this whole thing got started. But that, they seem they didn't seem very uneasy about any of this, right? And to me, I had an issue with that just because it was a Black girl, right? And the fact that I know that this is what they do to us. But at the end of the day, I can't blame it on that this time. Right? I really cannot blame it on that this time. That she was definitely lying to us. We can't speculate. We can speculate. We can't say for sure what it is, but this is what it sounds like, guys. Okay. It definitely sounds like Carlee was attempted to have an illegal abortion. And I don't believe it was a 17-year-old boy's baby. It could have been, we don't know. Right. But most definitely the boyfriends, right? Since she has an open boyfriend and clearly they're together, yeah, I believe that's what happened. I believe the boyfriend knows about it. I believe the boyfriend is aware of it, right? Aware of the abortion. And he's not going to let her, it be told that she had an abortion. I don't even know what would be the consequences of such a thing, right? Like, you facing prison time, how much prison time, and all kinds of stuff that would ruin somebody's life. But it also may ruin somebody's life or ruin that child's life for her to have that child if she's not ready to be a parent, right? You see, this is the thing when they talk about messing with women's health, right? And putting laws on the bodies of women, okay? When they start doing that, these are the things and these are the results of those kinds of things, These are the things that we feared and the things we talked about, how illegal abortions will start coming out and how, all kinds of stuff is going to come from this kind of stuff because they think they have the right to tell women what they can and can't do. But at the end of the day, is it really safe all the time to say, yeah, you're going to have this baby no matter what, even if it's through rape or incest, we're still going to make you have this baby. Like, how is that your right to tell a woman that, It isn't. It just isn't. And there are different circumstances in different situations for different things. And we don't know. That could have happened, right? We don't know what happened. Maybe the boyfriend wasn't the father, right? We don't know. We don't know. And it's not our business, right? But yeah, this is unfortunately the America that we're living in right now. And that is what I believe has happened with Carlee. Now, I could be wrong, like I said, I could definitely be wrong about this, but this is the only logical thing that I can come up with on what happened with this girl. So y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think. And guys, I am out of here. I appreciate everybody for being in the building. Make sure that you guys hit the like button on the way out. And I will talk to y'all later. Peace, guys.